guys? This is For Football's Sake. It's your boy Prez, also Heath is here. Today we'll be talking about the Premier League, La Liga, SPL, also Liga is in it's heading to the final, Tigres and Chivas. We're also giving away this sick kit signed by Sean Wright Phillips. It is a Phoenix Rising shirt. Yeah, so it's been a long week of football. Juventus won the title and they're going on to a treble. What is your word for that, Heath?
They're not quite to the treble yet. But before I get to the word, Prez, we've teamed up with somebody this week. It is Audible. I forgot to tell you that. Audible is, they do audiobooks. They do all kinds of cool stuff. They have an unmatched selection of audiobooks. I've been traveling most of my life. I also commute here. I don't always have an internet connection to play games and do other things like that and scroll through my timeline. So I listen to audiobooks. But guys, we've teamed up with them this week and they're giving us and you an exclusive offer. You get a free audiobook if you go on and a 30-day free trial. So make sure you go on to www.audible.com/football for the exclusive link and to be part of this. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, man, we're giving you a free book. I mean, what more can you ask for?
You're getting a free book
I'm
too.
getting a free book. You're getting a free book. You're getting a free book.
You're getting a free audiobook.
Like,
because you can't read. I know for a fact you can't read.
Oh, damn, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Only certain words.
Only certain words. That's not reading. That's just reading certain words.
Surviving.
Here's the word, brought to you by Audible.
Juventus are destined. Juventus are on the verge of something they've never accomplished before, winning a treble. Juve lifted the Coppa Italia, and now they've clinched their 6th straight Scudetto, a record for an Italian team. They're one win away from the club's first ever treble, with 39-year-old god of football Gigi Buffon leading the way. The only thing standing in the old lady's path is CR7's Real Madrid, who just locked up a league title of their own. Juventus have been nearly unplayable in the Champions League and only conceded 3 goals in the competition this year. Yeah, don't miss with Gigi and that back line. They are on a mission, and Juventus are destined.
So, Prez, 6 straight titles for Juventus, and now they're on the verge of their first ever treble. Pretty incredible stuff, right? Yeah. Anyways, guys, don't forget the word is brought to you by Audible, so if you want to get in on the conversation...
Hold up, though. That's really sick. I was hearing all the Audible stuff. First of all, stop starting the show. Stop starting the show before I get here. I see what you guys are doing.
Just started.
So I know. Anyway, so Audible sounds sick. They have books on like everything, like on soccer meditation.
Yes.
Maybe self-help.
Yes.
Maybe.
Why are you looking
I don't
at
know.
that?
Maybe Reading, Pennsylvania. I don't know. That's awesome. So that's all I need to know. I'm gonna get out of here. Sick brag.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, dude.
No. Sick brag about I traveled since I was 15 years old. So have I. I've been to dozens of places.
Bye, Pat.
Get the camera off me. I'll be back.
We are finally getting to Spain. La Liga has wrapped up. Real Madrid have won the league.
España.
That's España? España?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Real Madrid have won the league. Barcelona are in 2nd place. And what did you word for that, Heath?
Spit on me. I'm going to go with unfazed.
Dude.
I'm writing it quick just to keep the show moving, but it says unfazed. You have to just believe me. I'm telling you the word. I don't have to spell it every time. It's unfazed because Real Madrid have been very, very good all year long. It got tight towards the end, but they won 6 or 7 straight out to wrap up the season, which shows that they're unfazed by how close it was in the league. And now they're on the verge of winning a double.
Damn.
2 teams. You have Juventus on the verge of a treble and Real Madrid on the verge of a double.
Yeah.
But only one of them can do it, so one of them's not on the verge. Anyways, what else we got?
Next up, we are going to the Premier League.
Zidane's sick, by the way.
Zidane?
He's been sick in charge. Anyways, let's move on.
Sick in charge. Put him on the field, please. Unretire, please. Premier League, next up, we are going to England. Premier League top 4 has been a bit shaked up, you know. We got you over there with your Liverpool in 4th place and you with your Arsenal. No Champions League for you.
No Champions League, didn't want it.
Yeah.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
Yeah, I don't know
need
about
it.
that.
Arsenal Europa League champions 2018.
Yeah.
It's a campaign I'm starting. I'm just kidding.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Throw that
hashtag
in.
I'm starting. It's a really creative idea and thought as an Arsenal fan. But my word is change because it's a simple word, but it pretty much describes it. You know, Chelsea won, so that's not a huge change.
Yeah, nobody really.
But it's
First
a change
Premier
for.
League team to win 30 games in a season, by the way.
First Premier League team to win.
That's how
30
good
games.
Chelsea were.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's really surprised that Chelsea's winning it,
They're
but
not Leicester, but
they're not.
It's a championship nonetheless. But they're very, very good. I'm also happy for Liverpool. You know, my first connection to Liverpool was back in 2005, Champions League, things like that. I saw that that's when I really came to know the club. So happy for them to be back in Champions League again.
for sure.
Hopefully they can create some miraculous things. And then, you know, my boys Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know, the Europa League. It's not that bad.
Nothing to say.
It's not that bad.
Not
Thursday
that bad.
nights are actually a good night. You know, well, I guess it'd be afternoons here, but it's a good night to have some drinks and whatever. You're heading towards the weekend. Wednesday's midweek, and it's a lot to like
Thursday's
emotional
a better
roller
day
coasters.
anyways.
You still have 2 more days of work till the weekend.
Exactly.
Thursday is like that early weekend type thing. I'm happy for it. Very strategic. Well done by them. Let's move on. What else we got? Oh, also Pep Guardiola. He did a good job because for a guy who was not going to take the job if his team didn't finish in the Champions League, and then they got Champions League, and this year they slipped in on the final day. Pretty good from them. So decent by Pep Guardiola.
Decent.
It's not a championship, but it's cool. Isa cool.
These are cool. Next up, we are headed to Scotland. Celtic have won the league, of course. Is that also pronounced Scotland?
Spanish.
Oh, so Celtic have won the league. They are undefeated in the season. They beat Hearts 2-0. It's also the 50th anniversary of the Lisbon Lions Champions League, their only Champions League win. Heath, man, what is your word?
I'll take it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll do it. Pretty incredible, right? Unbeaten season. I know it's the Scottish Premier League, and it's not that like impressive because the teams aren't that good, but love Celtic. Celtic, I know I always talk about Cosmos, but Celtic is like the first team in Europe
Celtic's
that I
high
love.
octane.
Back to 2008 when that Nakamura goal made it onto regular ESPN in the United States,
that
which
was
was a
the
big deal
beginning
back
for
then. But yeah, congrats to Celtic. Kolo Touré now has been part of 2 unbeaten seasons. The first one was Arsenal in, do you remember that? You don't care.
The fans had a good display.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a sick display.
Incredible.
I think we have footage. Roll the tape. Back.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Cole, sorry.
I'm out.
Only guy to win, go have 2 undefeated seasons.
Knowing you're gonna cut my fact
Colo
out and let
Touré.
Heath say it.
The only guy to have 2 undefeated seasons. All right, what else we got? He's gone.
Now that he's gone again, Van der Sar chatting about Manchester United as Manchester United and Ajax are in the Europa League final. Homeboy wants Ajax to win, even though he spent 6 years with Manchester United. I know he works for Ajax right now, but that's got to be a knife to the heart of Manchester United fans. Heath, what is your word for the backstabbing mother Van der Sar?
I mean, is it backstabbing? I mean, go to your roots, my guy. I mean, this is a guy who's working within the club, and he wants Ajax to become a giant again, and he cares about the club that he's working at. It's okay to have feelings like that. In fact, listen, the one thing I respect about him doing that is that for most guys, right, we saw it when we talked to Juan Pablo Angel, they're very calculated because it's their careers, right? They want to know how it's going. It's no discredit to them, but you ask them a question. I remember asking Carlos Bocanegra a question about Atlanta or what was the better atmosphere or Ibrox, and he didn't even respond because most of them are like, that's a lose-lose for everybody, right? Like he could have easily been like, I'm happy for everybody, and it's just the game is beautiful, and I hope Manchester wins, and I hope Ajax wins. Like, he made a decision. At least people should respect him for actually saying something like that instead of being like most guys that are former current players that go like, oh, it's just, you know, it's so hard. I'm torn. My heart is torn in both directions. Bullshit. Well, you want somebody to win for sure.
True.
I love Ajax, but I also do like to see, I would like to see Manchester United in Champions League. I think they're a huge club. They need to get back to those old ways. I mean, imagine having 7, 8 like massive clubs right now in the Premier League again, and doing it on a you know, a higher level every single week. A competition for first place between like 7, 8 teams would be crazy. So it's a thriller for me. It should be a thriller for everybody else. And Van der Sar and my guy for going out on a limb.
Yeah, go out on that limb. Respect. I take it back. I take all of it back.
Next one.
Next up, we are headed to Germany for the Bundesliga. There's a relegation fight. HSV survived by the skin of their teeth with a goal.
HSV.
HSV. Shout out to my HSV friends who came out to the St. Pauli party this weekend. HSV survived by the skin of their teeth by a goal in the 88th.
You had HSV friends come to a St. Pauli party?
Yeah, I know, it was crazy. I mean, no.
First of all, let's dial it back and talk about that. Why would Hamburg fans show up to a St. Pauli party and be fans?
I swear to God, I asked him. He was a really nice guy. I don't remember his name at all because I was really, really drunk. Anyways, he comes in with his HSV hat, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing here? Like, he's like, oh, it's a good cause, blah, blah, blah. We're
I can get behind that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
It's
kind
good
of let him
cause.
off the hook. I was like, I mean, this is a strange place for you to be, especially. But, he was pretty happy. We chatted about HSV, that 88th minute goal. They're the only team also not to
What
have...
position did St. Pauli finish in this year?
Mid-table. Yeah, around mid-table.
Just give or take. Just between like 6th and 15th, like somewhere mid-table. Like, I'm going to give you my word for HSV Hamburg. It's resilient because they are the only team to not be relegated from the Bundesliga, and they've survived 2 Bundesliga relegation playoff battles over the last few years, and this one slipped up on the not slipped up, but stayed up on the final day, putting Wolfsburg, who are a massive club, into a playoff, which is crazy. And it's just like Hamburg's had a lot of problems over the last 7-8 years, and somehow they still stay in the top league, which is, you know, might not be what they were before when they were Champions League club, but they're surviving. They're still making money.
Absolutely,
So I'm happy
absolutely.
for them. What else we got? Anything else?
So we are headed to Mexico. The Liga semifinals have wrapped up. Chivas have squeaked through, and Tigres have beat the shit out of Tijuana 4-0. So that's the final. The final squared up. Chivas versus Tigres. What do you got? What is your word?
That's a goat.
Is that
I
a
drew a
goat?
goat. That's a goat drawn in real time.
What is that?
I wrote goats in the middle.
But what is that?
That's the goat's back leg. It got hit by a car, okay?
Okay,
Why don't you be a
yeah.
little more sensitive to the
Shit.
fact that some goats run across the street and get hit by cars?
Well,
He has a
goats should
swollen
look both
leg.
ways, dude.
Anyways, I'm saying goats because it's Chivas Mania. I stole that from the notes. Chivas Mania, it is.
Nice.
There are Chivas fans everywhere, and they've been waiting a long time for this. And they're one of the most supported clubs in the world. If you guys didn't know that,
If you didn't know already.
hit the internets because Chivas fans are one of the most supported clubs in the world, and they're back. If they can win this, we might see some pandemonium
on the streets of everywhere.
On the streets of everywhere, yeah. Millions and millions of lives
North
lost every
Jersey
day.
is about to get lit.
yeah,
Corona
North-
Queens is about to get lit.
Yeah.
Anywhere with a decent Mexican population about to get lit because they are
Plus
the most
Tigres,
supported team.
they've
won it all.
been talked about a lot, and Chivas some fresh blood. I actually wouldn't have minded Toluca either, but now I'm going with Chivas because they're in it, even though technically, you know, I could have never played for that club. I still have respect for.
I
like, the
mean, you
mascot
played
tree,
for
too.
their like B-ish team.
Call it a team, okay? It's not a ish team.
Well,
okay?
I mean, they're
It was an
Chivas
alternative.
USA.
It was an alternative
in LA.
It was an alternative team. It turned into, you know,
Whatever that was.
basically LAFC. So pretty crazy stuff, but I'm happy for them. Hopefully they win, and enough of the Tigre stuff. And then the statue, though. There's something we got to talk about. The statue.
This statue, guys. There's a photo of it. Throw it up on the screen. This statue of Gignac. I don't know. Do you know what this is? Like, what statue? What's the name of this actual statue? It's like the statue of David.
I don't
or
know,
something?
but it's like
it's
you
Gignac
could've
being
just painted the shorts blue and left.
Yeah,
it that
exactly.
way.
That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, you could just paint the shorts blue, but dude actually went out of his way to like, I don't know, how big is that? That's at least like an arm's worth of junk that he painted yellow. Dude actually sat there and did that.
That's a whole can of paint.
That's a whole can of paint that
that's a
that guy
bucket of paint.
took the time to like,
just dipped it in
like,
Just soaked it. Just
guys,
Brian, a little ketchup.
Yeah.
guys, like it's bigger than his head, man. That is really big, and respect to him for painting it. I mean, it's artistic vision, but somebody's gonna be scarred from this.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna stop talking about that. We've hit that one pretty hard. But guys, give me sick kits is a hashtag that you're gonna have to put into the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to us, and we're gonna give you guys this sick kit. So give me sick kits. Tell us your reason why, and also make sure you let us know what's going on in the game, what you want to talk about for Walk Talk Football this week, because it is an open forum. It is user and fan submitted, so make sure you get those comments in as well. And like and subscribe. And is there anything else you want to talk about with the Gignac thing?
There's a yellow penis somewhere in Monterey right now. Just want to say that, guys.
See ya.
Bye.